if you guys had the choice, $1 million but lonely and depressed, or average and content, which would you pick? So on Sunday night, this one Reddit post came across my eyes and it really got my attention. $1 million net worth achieved. Great clickbait. I clicked on it and I gotta say, I got more than what I bargained for. So OP is a 35-year-old divorced man whose ex-wife cheated on him with a guy from the army. That's a pretty common story, but since then he's had some woman issues because he's been trying to impress this girl that he's interested in, it seems, and she blatantly ignores him. And trust me, man, I get it. I've been there. I feel the hurt. It sucks. And the red pill community would probably call you a simp and probably throw some really toxic attitude at you. But in this video, we're gonna try to be nice, kind, and constructive so we can learn from this. So according to USA Today, 21% of men said they received emotional support of some sort. That means that 79% of men don't have any emotional support, are lonely, and with their feelings, they're just stuffing it. That's the current situation. But this guy has a great financial situation because he has $700K in high yield savings account and CDs and $300K in stocks and retirement. So financially, he has it great. But what he does have also is loneliness and depression. So imagine that you are a millionaire bachelor, your total monthly cost is $1,400 for rent, utilities, and going out to restaurants. You have no kid, you have no debt, you have a PhD. With all that, you're still lonely and depressed. What that tells us is that no matter whether you're rich or you're poor, loneliness and depression can hit you all the same. And it's interesting because I have a close friend who is in the same situation, not quite yet a millionaire, but he makes $200K a year, and last year his ex left him, and he's been coping with basically just casual sex from Tinder and Hinge. And every time I see him, I see the growing dimness in his eyes and the growing resentment for his ex, and that's a very sad and unhealthy place to be in, and I don't wish it to my worst enemy. So I think it's very common everywhere for people to chase professional and educational achievements, but that really leaves us psychologically and emotionally unfulfilled. And I get it, I've been there. Now OP has a $1,400 monthly cost, so financially he's doing very well. I'm imagining he's probably in Texas somewhere. And while he is very financially mature, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and even physically, he is still very much a baby. And I'm gonna link to this post because he said that he's only recently gotten back to the gym, which is why I say that. And you know, I've been there in the past. I've been there questioning what's wrong with my life. Why aren't I happy? And you know, doing more of the same, casual sex or otherwise, isn't going to change that. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That is what Albert Einstein said. And OP mentioned that he really didn't understand what woman wants. When he was broke, he was focused on money because that's what he believed will attract a partner. But now, once he has the money, he's still having trouble attracting the partner. So if you read between the lines, OP is focused on what he wants and what a woman can give him. Ladies, I am not a woman, so tell me, is this something that is attractive to you in a guy? I'm gonna lean on no. Also, women don't want to be put on a pedestal. What you need to do is focus on your goals, focus on your purpose, and things will come naturally. In order to change, what OP really needs to do is start picking up some personal development books or start listening to some Tony Robbins or some Jim Rohns or anything, because that'll really benefit him. So Luke 6:38 says, give and you will receive. The amount you give will determine what you will get back. So growing up, my background was much the same as OP. I grew up in a very poor household. I was groomed to think that whenever I give, I have to expect something in return. So following that roadmap, whenever I gave, I always expected something in return. So that is a very transactional way of thinking, right? And every time I did that, I always attracted the transactional people, which is the people that don't want to be around me. I don't know why that was. And I feel that it's the same for OP. The only difference is that he doesn't know why. And until he changes that, no matter whether in the US or his own country or anywhere else, he's never going to find that human connection that he's craving for. So if today's video hit and you want some tips on fixing the mental and spiritual costs that OP is facing right now, then check out my last video that I did to solve this problem.